It's so crazy. Even though the movie came out a year ago already, I am still absolutely adoring talking about all things Rise of the Beasts. And thankfully, Blokees was more than willing to send me their classic class line of Rise of the Beast model kits for me to take a look at here. Absolutely love these. I actually already had bought one before Blokees had even reached out to me. This Optimus Prime is actually one that I'd already bought. It was a part of my collection. I already had it. And Blokees, when they reached out and said, hey, do you want to talk about all the rest? I was like, absolutely I do. So we have a pretty awesome range of characters here. We have Optimus Primal in his robot and beast mode. We have Scourge, Optimus Prime, obviously, RC in a super gorgeous candy red, Mirage, and good old Bumblebee. These are really fun little model kits. I absolutely adore them. I love all the merchandise we're getting for Rise of the Beasts. And seriously, special thanks to Blokees for sending these out for me to take a look at. And also, check out the description and the comments if you want a chance to own these yourself. Follow the link below, follow the steps, and hey, you might be able to win these because Blokees is running a giveaway on them. So seriously, go down into the comments or description below and feel free to enter. Seriously, these are really fun little Transformers toys, and I really hope you enjoy them. Before we get deeper into any of these guys, though, I wanted to kind of show you the building process for these, because not a lot of Transformers fans also build model kits. I come from a background of loving all kinds of model kits, so I had a blast with these. But I want to kind of show you what it's like, building these, because it's really fun, really simple, really easy, and I actually saved Robot Mode Optimus Primal to build on camera for you guys. So yeah, let's take a look at how that works. Opening up Optimus Primal here, we can kind of get a look at what's going on with the model kit aspect of these figures. So we can see, opening this up, we have various runners in little plastic baggies. You can see it's in the properly molded colors. Here's our instruction sheet right here. Here's the instructions for the batteries. And each one of these also comes with a sticker thing if you want to put these stickers on the display base. Each one has the logo and a little cutout of the character. I think they're pretty neat, but I personally left them off. The instructions are pretty easy to follow too. You can see they're pretty clear cut on, which body part you're building, what kind of pieces you got going on. You can also see the optional swap out parts for the face right there, and you can see the application of those optional stickers. Yeah, they're pretty basic, but I do kind of want to show you how to build one of these. I love this poster looking thing too. That looks really neat. So here's the display base right here, and I love these display bases because as you can see, they're all modular. You can attach them all. And you get two of them too, so you can have like, a larger platform or a smaller one, just depending on how much space you want to allocate for your figure. Yeah, those are really nice. These are honestly some of my favorite display bases I've seen in a while. Right here we have some of our clear bits and our light up part. So these are some cool little effects. Each figure has these awesome little effects, and they're either different colors or different effects per each figure. We have these clear little pegs right here that'll be used for joints. You don't use all of these. Sometimes you get extras, maybe just in case one breaks, but I haven't had any problem with that so far, so that's really nice. And then each one also has the core block, and you just remove the nice little tab right there. I always find it so satisfying to remove these little tabs. And once you do that, you tap it, and you can see it'll light up the chest and the head. I love the little tear tabs. It makes opening these bags just so much easier. And yeah, just looking at these runners, the parts are very nice and metallic, looking very good. And you can see it's not a ton of parts either, so this build doesn't take too long. I built most of these in a couple evenings. And we can see in this final bag, we got a little bit more going on, some more clear bits for the light to shine through. We have our joint pieces, which are all universal across both the Classic and Galaxy collections. And yeah, just some more parts here. We do have the painted faces, which look very, very nice. We got the swords, and we got some more of the body parts. So let's get this guy cut out and get him built. Some parts are honestly just easier to twist out, in my opinion. Just twist it out and toss the runner off to the side. But others, if you're kind of worried about gate marks, I would go ahead and cut them out. But the gates are honestly really good on these. You can see like these joint parts are really easy to just snap out, especially if you got a little bit of a nail. And twisting these off, you can see like the gate really isn't that noticeable. If you want to clean it up a little bit, you can. I usually do. But yeah, really easy process to get these built. And how I normally clean up these little gate marks, I just take a little X-Acto blade and I just lightly cut at it. And then I use my nail to kind of get rid of the white. I don't really stress about these ones too much because they're so tiny. But yeah, if you just want to get your model kit a little cleaner, you can go ahead and do something like that. And then you could also probably twist out a lot of these pieces. You can see the nubs are very, very small. And, if you feel like you would rather cut them, you can just take some snippers and, snip them. If you do want to leave a little bit extra too, you could. But honestly, these are so fun and quick to build. I think it's easiest just to twist them out, and then if the gate's a little rough, just take your knife and clean it up a little bit. But right here you can see we'll want to cut those out because we can't really twist 3. And here's the faces, twist those out. Seriously, for, if you're a fan of model kits but don't like major cleanup with them, Blokees did a great job making sure these come out pretty much quick and easy and ready to build as soon as you're done. Like you can see, the gate mark right here is super, super tiny. It all takes just a little bit of knife work. And yeah, pretty much flat, looking good to go. I always find the process of cutting parts off of runners so satisfying. I build model kits differently than a lot of other people. A lot of other people cut the parts out as they need them, but I seriously just take all of the parts out and I just leave them in either piles or little tackle boxes of what runner they came from. It's almost like building blocks or something instead of a model kit. It's really fun. Alrighty, almost done. Just got one more runner of parts to either twist or cut out. Seems like a lot of these twist out really easily, especially with this gunmetal gray color that Optimus Primal is cast in. The gate marks are almost invisible even before cleanup, so it makes it so fun and easy to build. It really does. Alrighty, with all of our parts cut out, cleaned up, and ready, let's get to building ourselves a little Optimus Primal. So let's start with the head. The head just seems to be a few little pieces here. We'll take this clear eye piece, and then we'll take his head. Whoop! Oh my goodness. We'll put that in. Then which face do we want? Which face? I really do like the mouth plate. I think that looks pretty cool. But I don't know. When it comes to Rise of the Beast Optimus Primal, I'm very biased towards his mouth plate. I think that just looks way cooler. Look at that. Oh man, that's so sweet looking. Alright, let's build more. One really nice thing, I don't know if you can see this, it does actually say R's and L's in the parts. There's a little R in there if I don't knock it over. So that makes, especially my style of building, a lot easier. I really do love building these guys. It's a quick little project if you want to just whip up something real fast. And the end result is a really nice little figure. It really is. Alrighty, arms done. Let's go ahead and put the swords in this hand. You can awesomely, have them dual wielding, or if you just want them single wielding, you do get that option. Always appreciate that with an Optimus Primal. Now here's how the torso gets built. We use one of these clear pegs right up there, and then these will end up being the shoulder pegs. It is funny, as you're building it, you do end up activating that light. Oh, this is really cool. This right here is a clear little maximal symbol. I'll show you in a minute. We'll feed this into the chest. Yeah, look at that lit up maximal symbol. That looks really cool. I guess we can go ahead and put the head on too. Yeah, that's looking really nice. And it seems like we're not going to need these extra joints because we're going to end up using these joints for the knees. Okay, that's interesting. So that's one knee section. And then does this matter how this goes? Probably does. Let's pay attention here. One thing I really like too is how they really still want to make sure you have a really nice clean model kit, because you get these little cap pieces, and these cap pieces go into the joint there just for the sake of closing up that little joint. I think that looks really nice. Alrighty, and with both legs pretty much all built up, let's get all this attached. I love how it all clicks together. These pieces go together so good. Get that attached, and let's tab in the legs into the hips. And here we have our robot mode Optimus Primal from Blokees, all built. Let's go ahead and put him on the base here. Give him his effect pieces, because I love these effect pieces. Here, how should we put these on? We'll have this one like swooshing right there, and that one like swooshing behind him. And we can see we got some extra pieces, some alternate hands. Pretty much all these guys come with some sort of alternate or extra piece. And there's the Optimus Primal. Now let's return to that group shot with all of them together and take a closer look at what we got. So yeah, as you saw in that, each one comes with an awesome modular display base, and each one with the display bases do have the optional sticker with the faction symbol and a little character cutout. They're just overall really fun. Here's the second version of that same awesome poster, by the way, with RC and Mirage added on. I don't know if they're going to do more Rise of the Beast ones, but they just revealed these super awesome 2007 versions of Optimus and Megatron, and you bet I want to get my hands on those. Those look absolutely fantastic. So taking a closer look at these guys and seeing what they got going on, obviously we're going to start off with the one I just built, Optimus Primal. These are just so fun. Look at the detail on these. They're very nicely detailed. If you want to end up painting these a little bit, you know, you could. They look absolutely fantastic. I mean, they look great now, but look at all of that sculpted detailing. For being very affordable little model kits, there is a lot of detail in these. You can see I do have him with his mouth plate head, but he does also have the face if you want. He does have the clear little maximal symbol. And the articulation on these are pretty much all the same. Each one has a ball joint at the head, ball joints at the shoulders, a little shoulder pad motion as well, swivels and hinges at the elbows, ball joints at the hands, swivels at the waist, ball joints at the hips, usually hinge and swivel at the knee, and then ball joints at the feet. So the articulation is very nice. It is kind of easy to trigger the light, and the lights on all of these look really, really cool. You can see it lights up a part of the chest and the eyeballs as well. I think it's a really convincing effect. I think it looks really good. A lot of these figures do come with little accessories, obviously. So Optimus Primal, as you kind of got to see, has the swoosh effect in nice green. Optimus Prime also has this in like a pink, and then his Beast Mode version has it in like a blue. I always love how, you know, you get these little effect parts and then you get different colors of them. Just looks really nice. I just love this whole display with all the bases together. That's why I don't want to mess with that. These guys do come with tons of little accessories. I have them all in this baggie here. I'll show off some, but you can see some of them, like Beast Mode Optimus Primal. He has, you know, 4-point walking hands, open hands, fist hands. Some have, you know, fists, open hands, extra little pegs, extra little joint pieces. But some I want to show are like optional shoulder pads, gun hands. You can see RC has normal hands as well because I just have her with her gun hands. I just want to get this out of the way because there's so many little accessories these guys come with, and I really do appreciate that. Scourge and Bumblebee especially have some of the best accessories out of all of them. We can't talk about Optimus Primal, though, without talking about his Beast Mode. And it's very cool that they did decide to give not only a Robot Mode, but a Beast Mode version of Optimus Primal as well. And I love this Beast Mode one. The assembly on this is actually drastically different than a lot of the other model kits, because he doesn't use a lot of the basic joints. He's very different with his assembly. Like the light block is actually just in the head, so it just lights up the mouth and the eyes, and it looks really, really good. I love the look of the mouth, especially when it's open and everything, the teeth and everything. That looks really, really good. He has a lot of nice joints, too. Like, this is a very nicely posable little Beast Mode Optimus Primal. Like I said, it does have open hands, fisted hands, and 4-point stance hands if you want him actually, you know, crouched down, looking like a big old monkey boy. He's got a ball joint at the head. He has a big old butterfly joint, which is super cool. Hinge and swivels at the shoulders, bicep swivels, elbows, wrists. He does have a big old waist joint as well, hips, and then he doesn't really have knees because it's just so much bulk right there, but he does have little ankles, which I think work very, very well. I honestly think this is one of my favorites, just because of how different it is. And I kind of like how when you move the head down, it opens the mouth a little bit. Kind of just has this almost Mecha-Live feature to it that I just really enjoy. I don't know, I love this one. I really, really do. The figure's attached to the base really nice and secure too. Like, you can just carry this whole base around and not have to worry about anyone falling off or the base falling apart. Like, this is very nice and secure. Like, I have no problem transporting them all like this. Now, granted, if the collection gets any bigger Might want to start splitting it up a little bit, but I just love this base. I'm definitely going to display them all like this. Let's talk about Scourge next. Good old Scourge. This figure is very, very nice. I feel like it's based off of the concept art and the actual in-movie appearance a little bit. I want to say he's based off the concept art because he actually comes with optional shoulder pads that are more like, you know, the concept art shoulder pads that we've seen. And you can just remove these ones and put these more spikier ones on. And honestly, I prefer the shoulder pads from the actual movie, but those look really cool too. I mean, it's Scourge from Rise of the Beasts. He's awesome. He's one of my favorite Transformers movie villains. And this figure does a really good job of pulling him off. One thing I want to show is his face without the mask, because I think it looks really cool. You can remove the mask, and the face underneath is actually kind of different from what we saw in the movie. You can see it's not very mutilated and mauled. It looks very, very cool. Very regal, almost. That is a very cool looking face. And I do appreciate you can remove that. By putting the mask on, you can see looking like good old Rise of the Beast Scourge. He's got his gnarly hand, his big old blade. I love his light effect. Because if you remember Scourge in the movie, his whole torso is lighting up. Tap him, and you can see it's all down his neck. It's in his eyes. It's all in the torso. It's down in the stomach. The light is very, very good. Loving the light on this guy. His articulation is pretty standard, but he does have this added little ankle armor, which I think really adds a little bit of dynamic to him. You can open his fingers as well, which is very, very cool. But he has a really cool, like, compatibility with another figure, which is a little morbid, just a little bit, but I think it just looks fantastic. So we're actually going to skip talking about Optimus Prime and go straight to Bumblebee. I love this Bumblebee. It's got that nice blend of cool and cute, and I'm already biased towards Rise of the Beast Bumblebee because it's my favorite Bumblebee design, and this little model kit is just so amazing. Look at it. I love all the little separations of the grays and the metallics and the yellows. Like, even the face. They even nailed the yellow in the face, too. That looks really good. The wings look nice. He actually has all 4 wings. You can articulate them. You can actually have them pressed together or separate. It's so good. It's so successful at what it's accomplishing. He does have his gun arm, obviously, and you can interchange that with a normal hand if you want. But the main thing I really want to show off is the compatibility with him and Scourge. So obviously, if you know Bumblebee and Scourge's relationship, not the greatest, but we can actually remove some parts off of Bumblebee, and this piece right here we can remove, and we can replace it with this one that has a peg in it where you can attach Scourge's blade. You already know where this is going. You already know. So we can go ahead and put this back in. And our poor boy ain't looking so good, but let's make it even worse, because this blade is red hot and going all the way through him. Oh no. Putting this blade on the Scourge, and we can have him raise Bumblebee up. Oh no. We can have his claw at the ready. Oh, that is morbid. It's really cool that Blokees decided to actually give you the accessories to pull this off. He is a little too heavy for Scourge, just a little bit. But you might be able to use one of the effect pieces, because both of these guys come with like the fire effects. You could probably like prop Bumblebee on that a little bit. And yeah, that looks amazing. I don't know if I'll display them like this, because it's a little morbid. It's a little bit. But it's such a cool inclusion. No other company's done this. And I think it's just a really nice display option. And finishing up with Bumblebee, we got to see how he looks with the light on. His is a little hard to see with my studio lights, but it does shine through on his lights. He doesn't really have anything in the chest for whatever reason, but you can see it through the eyes, especially when it's darker. I love this Bumblebee. It just, oh man. I'm just such a sucker for Rise of the Beast Bumblebee. Next up, let's talk about the leader of the Autobots, Optimus Prime. You can see his effect pieces are pretty much the same as Optimus Primal's, but in more of a purple. And the figure itself is really, really nice. This is the first one I got. I did actually do a YouTube short on this, where I showed off the little light up feature. And you can see on him, it's lighting up a little bit, but it's hard to tell under my big studio lights. It does light up his chest a little bit as well. I just love this one. I love the color separation of the silver and the red and the gunmetal. He does have alternate hand options, obviously, too. if you want to replace the hand cannon. But whenever I see this, I just think of, first I'll take back Skirt's key, and then take off his head. Like, I just think of that all the time. I love the colors on this. The bright blue, the bright red, the really nice silver plastic. I'm not always a big fan of swirly, twirly silver plastic, but Blokees did a really great job with it, especially on another kit we're going to be talking about. His articulation's pretty much the same. Very awesome figure. He has a very nice deco on his shoulder pads as well, a little bit of silver in the Autobot logos. I really do appreciate that Blokees is willing to add a little bit of paint to these guys, just to add a little bit of premium quality, and of those few little colors that they can't really pull off with just molded plastic, like a little yellow at the waist as well. Looking very, very nice. I love the Optimus Prime. And that's it with the Wave 1 figures, because Wave 2 is RC and Mirage. And let's talk about RC, because she's actually the first one I built out of this new batch that I received from Blokees. Let's get her off of this little display base. You can see she comes with this very nice little clear display base. Removing her off of this, we can see it's a nice little waist clamp on a ball joint, and you can just attach this anywhere. Really appreciate that. She comes with these really cool, like, digital looking, like, rising effects, and Mirage comes with the same but in blue, and I think they really work nice with both of them. RC looks stunning, absolutely stunning. Look at this candy red plastic. That looks gorgeous. And I love how they did actually add the little print on the thigh as well. The torso looks really nice with the white paint and that little bit of clear plastic for the windshield. You do have the wheels on her back as well, which look very nice. And you can actually pop the wheels off of her back, and if you want them placed on her heels instead, you can actually put them down here, remove the foot. You can actually give her like the wheel feet. You actually have that option, and that looks very, very nice as well. I really appreciate that Blokees did that. You can see her lights look very nice, kind of lights up the windshield there and lights up her eyes. I love the color on her face. They actually added some paint on the cheeks, and then she has the gunmetal gray right above her eyes there. And they also added silver paint for the wheels. This one is one of the prettiest looking ones, and I really have to attribute it to this gorgeous candy red plastic. And on top of that, the white is like a pearly white as well. It's not just like straight white plastic. This one's assembly was a little different because she's a lot thinner, and she doesn't use like the normal knee joints, but a lot of the other joints are a little thinner, a little different than the other ones. I do have her with her cannon hands, but as you saw in the bag, she does have normal hands as well. I love Rise of the Beast RC, and this is actually my favorite figure I have of her so far. This is really, really nice. You may be wondering, did I save my favorite for last? Yeah, I absolutely did. This Mirage is so gorgeous. Look at this thing, man. Look at the chest. Look at all of that color separation. The blue, the silver, the yellow, the gunmetals. That looks gorgeous. And then tapping on his light, too. You can see it lights up a little bit of the chest, the eyes, and some of the forehead as well. This is so gorgeous. I love the wheel placement on the back. It's just so good with the colors. You can see the wheels on the legs as well. I love it. And then the thighs, too. You get a little bit of paint on the thighs and then like a color separation right there. I love it. And on top of that, he comes with very expressive hands. He has, fists and then like normal hands. But then he has these really fun like pointing hands where it's like he's, pointing at you, or he's, I don't know, like being a thinking man, or he's making a Smash Mouth reference, or he's just holding his hip in a very interesting way. I don't know. I love it. I'm having him like do the bro fist right now because that's just, so Mirage. Definitely my favorite new Autobot from the movie. But he does also have a completely interchangeable forearm. This isn't just an interchangeable hand. You actually remove the forearm and you attach this weapon forearm. And I think that looks really, really cool. Definitely love the look of that. I mean, it's Mirage, so I'm gonna love it no matter what. But that looks really sweet too. But I don't know, with him, he's such a chill, casual dude. I usually just like him without any weapons, just kind of chilling there, offering a bro fist or something, or just giving you a sassy point. The articulation is pretty much the same on him as well. You do have to be careful, though, because on my assembly of some of these, I was like, oh, I'll just build the joints right away. But no, the joints are actually kind of different on some of these. Like you can see, his knee joints are a little different. So definitely look at the instructions before you just start throwing the pieces together, because you might be surprised when it turns out you're building something wrong. Love this Mirage. He's definitely my favorite, for sure. I love all of these, though. I really recommend them. So with Mirage said and done, there we go, guys. There is my look at the Blokees Classic Class Rise of the Beast figures. We got Optimus Primal in Robot and Beast mode, Scourge, Optimus Prime, RC, Mirage, and Bumblebee. These are all fantastic. I seriously love them all. I would definitely say some of my favorites are the newer RC and Mirage from Wave 2, but the Wave 1 ones are also really solid too. I love the Beast Mode Optimus Primal. I love them all, honestly. You can definitely see there's a lot of gunmetal gray going on with this side, but that's the movie designs. Where you have gunmetal gray, you have super bright, colorful characters on this side as well. I would love to see the Rise of the Beast line continue. I would love to see, Wheeljack, Battle Trap. Battle Trap would be awesome. But like I said, I'm very excited for the 2007 Optimus and Megatron that just went up for pre-order as well. I will definitely be getting my hands on those for sure. Those look sweet. And if you want to get your hands on these guys, link down below, yet again, if you want to check out the description or the comments. If you want to enter in a giveaway, might get a chance to get these guys. They're really cool. I think they're really nice. I would probably enter if I were you. Thank you so much to Blokees for sending these my way for me to do a video on. Absolutely adore them. I will definitely make sure I find a nice spot in the collection to display this entire line. And I still have the Galaxy versions to open up. I haven't even opened those up yet. Very excited to get into those. I do have the one still that I opened up from the unboxing video. And I kind of just want to show that off real quick. The Ratchet, because I do want to show that these guys are still pretty compatible. The Galaxy versions, they're a little simpler and they're G1. But you can see like standing Ratchet next to Mirage. Pretty much the same scale, very similar build, same size. So even though they're different classes, it's pretty much all one collection. It's just these are intricate movie ones. And these are classic G1 characters. I also would love to get my hands on more of these Galaxy versions too. Alrighty guys, there we go. Thank you again so much for watching. Special shout out to channel members as well. Thank you all so much for the continued support. Have a great one guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.